death.
Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Furnace because I've noticed a huge increase in the number of people using the Furnace recently, especially in the Miner Cycle decks. Now here's the deck I'll be using. It's a hybrid between a Miner deck and a Royal Giant deck, because I know a lot of you guys don't have all of the legendaries, and most people that use the Furnace use it with the triple legendary Miner Cycle deck. In fact, in this deck here, if you don't even have the Miner, you can go ahead and switch it out for like a Valkyrie to support your Royal Giant up front, or even a Musketeer for increased air defense. But let's go ahead here and take a look at some replays, and then we're going to finish off with a live battle. So here we are, guys, facing off against Galata 1905, and I want to go ahead and place down my Furnace in the bottom right corner here and start getting something set up, or at least try to. He's going to do an aggressive counter push on the left-hand lane with his Valkyrie up front as well as the Hog Rider in the back. Now I do have the Mini P.E.K.K.A, which is normally a really strong counter to the Hog Rider, but unfortunately the Valkyrie is going to soak up the bulk of the damage, and with the arrows going down taking out my minions, his Hog Rider is able to do a decent amount of damage to my tower, bringing it down to 1600 health. Now I'm going to try and build off this Mini P.E.K.K.A with a Miner push and try and set up a counter push, but unfortunately he does have the Ice Wizard to take it out, and with the help of the Zap spell, he actually saves his Ice Wizard, which is pretty important because right here he can set up a counter push with the Ice Wizard for support as well as the Miner. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the cannon here and then set up a second Furnace. Now the idea with the Furnace here, guys, is there are two options. You can go ahead and place the one Furnace on both sides, and that way you're putting up pressure on both lanes and you eliminate your opponent's abilities to use cheap spam troops, and you can also have the ability to do a Miner push on both lanes, or you can set up multiple Furnaces on one lane and just really overwhelm them on that one lane. Now right here, I'm going to go ahead and start doing a slow push with the Royal Giant. Now the idea here with the Furnace is there's two things you can do with this deck. If somebody places down like Goblins or Barbarians to try and counter your Royal Giant, you have that constant stream of Fire Spirits coming in from the Furnace to take them all out. Or if you want to go in with like a Miner Mini P.E.K.K.A push, people can't use cheap troops to try and take out your Mini P.E.K.K.A, sorry, because you had that constant flow of Fire Spirits coming in. So right here, Royal Giant crossing the bridge, my Mini P.E.K.K.A taking out his Miner, and at this point in the battle, he has no elixir left to defend. Miner doing damage to the tower, Royal Giant doing some pretty crazy damage, and the Fire Spirits going in there, giving me the 1 crown lead. And at this point in the battle, because we're still not even in the double elixir period, I have almost a full health Royal Giant targeting his King Tower. He's going to try and do a counter push on the right hand lane with his Hog Rider as well as the Valkyrie. I'm going to go ahead and use the cannon to distract the Hog Rider and then use the minions to counter the Valkyrie. So he doesn't do too much damage to my tower, and I still have that one Royal Giant still alive, doing some decent damage to his King Tower. Fire Speed's going in there, doing about 100 damage a piece or so. Second Royal Giant going down, targeting that King Tower. And at this point in the battle, he actually gives up, drops down a Miner on my King Tower to activate it. And he's going to throw the game here, so I will get the 3 crown victory. Let's go ahead to the next replay. So here we are, guys, facing off against this person, and he's actually using a very interesting deck. Really happy to see people using unique decks like this. He has the Giant Skeleton, the Baby Dragon, as well as the Balloon. Now, I'm going to go ahead here and start doing a slow push with the Royal Giant on the left-hand lane. Unfortunately, I don't have my Furnace in the opening couple cards of my rotation, so I won't be able to get it down too early. Now, he has a Giant Skeleton going on the right-hand side. I'm feeling pretty confident that I can counter that Giant Skeleton pretty easily. I'm just waiting back here a quick second, seeing if he drops down any support troops. He doesn't, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Mini P.E.K.K.A here. Now, unfortunately, I kind of jumped the gun with that Miner, and as a result, he drops the Minion Horde to take out my Royal Giant pretty quickly. If I had waited with the Miner, I would have had enough elixir to use the arrows to take out that Minion Horde, and my Royal Giant would have done a lot more damage to that tower, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, in the process, we brought that tower down to 1400 health. Now, right here, I'm kind of thinking about placing down my Furnace, but he catches me off guard with this Baby Dragon Balloon push, and he actually pushes the Balloon with the Baby Dragon, allowing it to go faster, and right here, dropping down my minions to counter the Balloon, but he catches me off guard with a free spell, and take a look at how much damage this one Balloon does to my tower, taking it out all the way from full health down to nothing, giving him the 1 crown lead. This deck does kind of lack on the air defense. I mean, you have the Zap spell, the arrows, and the Furnace to take out minions and stuff like that, but there's nothing really strong to take out Baby Dragons, Lava Hounds, and Balloons. I mean, minions are your only really strong air defense, so if you guys want to go ahead and switch out maybe the Miner or even the arrows for a musketeer. That'll help increase your air defense. And the reason I say you can switch out the arrows is you do have the furnace for that splash damage, so you don't really need the arrows. I just threw them in there to take care of enemy princesses because my furnace is so low level that the fire spirits die in one shot. So right here with that one counter push, we were able to bring that tower all the way down to 36 health. So definitely we're still in the game. All I need is a zap spell or a minor push to take out that tower on the left hand side. His barbarians as well as his spear goblins doing some decent damage to my king tower there. I'm going to go ahead and drop down the furnace there to try and take out the barbarians. Now my king tower all the way down to 1000 health. Going to go ahead here and use the cannon to distract the balloon this time, and this time I'm expecting it because I know he's using the baby dragon balloon combo. The first time he kind of caught me off guard. This time I'm a little bit more prepared for it, and I'm also a little more prepared for that freeze spell. I wasn't really expecting it the first time. Now that I know he has it, I'm going to try and place my troops a little more spread apart on defense. Now right here, dropping down a second furnace on the left hand side, just because I see him coming in with some barbarians, and the furnace is my splash damage. So mini P.E.K.K.A going down here to counter the giant skeleton. Barbarians coming in here. Now unfortunately one fire spirit does hit the giant skeleton, and only one manages to hit the barbarians. Gonna go ahead here and use the cannon to distract the balloon because my king tower is all the way down to 1000 health. So I want to try and pull that balloon all the way to my crown tower on the right hand side and save my king tower. Now unfortunately here the baby dragon does lock onto my tower, but with the help of the fire spirits from the furnace, we take it out pretty quickly, and my tower is all the way down to 743 health. I'm going to try and go on a push here on the right hand side with my miner as well as the royal giant. He drops on the giant skeleton, and unfortunately I was a half a second too late with the mini P.E.K.K.A, and the giant skeleton does make his way to the furnace, but he is out of range of my king tower, so that was fortunate enough. Otherwise I would have lost the battle right there. Now he's coming in here once again with the balloon. Take a look at the miner, or sorry, the mini P.E.K.K.A on the left hand side. That one fire spirit is pushing the mini P.E.K.K.A, allowing him to walk a lot faster. Now I'm in a bit of trouble here with the balloon on the right hand side. I'm going to go ahead and use my minions, and fortunately we kill the balloon a half a second before he gets his last hit off, and we are able to survive. His king tower is all the way down to 1000 health here. I'm going to go ahead and drop down my royal giant and be super aggressive and try and race him for the 3-crown victory. He drops some barbarians. I'm going to go in with my miner as well as the arrows and see if we can't get his king tower down before his balloon makes his way to the tower, and we do end up getting the 3-crown victory. Let's go ahead here and do a live battle. So here we are, guys, facing off against a level 10. So facing off a higher level here. Furnace in her starting hand. So now you can either use the furnace in the back here or place it in the middle here. I'm going to try and place it in the middle here and try and use it as a distraction against enemy troops. He has the Ice Wizard, which is really strong right now. Of course, I do have the Ice Wizard. I just didn't throw in this deck because I wanted to give you guys an option without too many legendaries in it. Drop down a Royal Giant on the right-hand side to start setting up a slow push. Literally, everyone is using Miner right now. Like, or at least it feels that way. We're going to go ahead and ignore that Ice Wizard and start setting up a push here on the right-hand side. Go ahead and drop down our Miner here. And then maybe some minions to back up this Royal Giant. See, he's using the Furnace as well. Unfortunately, as you can see right there, that's why the Furnace is strong. A lot of people right now are using stuff like minions and goblins. So the Furnace is just such a strong counter to all of those cards. Now, unfortunately, my Furnace is only level 6. So the Fire Spirits that spawn out are only level 8. And they end up getting one shot by Crown Towers, which is a huge disadvantage. Because for every pair of Fire Spirits that pop out, normally you can get like one Fire Spirit to damage that tower and do chip damage over time, but both of my Fire Spirits end up getting one shot by the tower. But let's see ahead here. His tower on the right hand side is a little bit lower. I'm just trying to decide if I want to go in with a Royal Giant here. He of course has the Furnace. Let's go in here with this as well as this. We're not going to use the minions this time because last time they just died to the Fire Spirits. Unfortunately, my Zap is unavailable to kill those goblins. Let's go in here with the mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm expecting a Miner on his part here. Come on, mini P.E.K.K.A. There we go. Zap these. I want to try and prevent as much chip damage as I can. Go ahead and place this right here. Kill those minions. Or at least try to. No, one Fire Spirit pieced out. And as a result, that Furnace is going to die. So definitely unfortunate there. Let's go ahead here and start setting up a slow push on the right-hand side. Now, he has the mini P.E.K.K.A, which of course is a strong counter to the Royal Giant. So I have to set up my push with some support troops in front of that Royal Giant. Let's go ahead here. Drop this mini P.E.K.K.A to counter this miner. Unfortunately, I didn't predict the placement too well. Drop down the minions here to counter his mini P.E.K.K.A that's coming out. And let's go in with this. And we will have enough elixir here for zap there. But unfortunately, he doesn't drop down the goblins this time. There we go. Zap all this. Doing some decent damage there. Get ready for another miner push on the left-hand side. Drop down a second furnace here. And we can probably target that furnace from across the river here. Yes, we can. We're going to go ahead and send in a miner here with a mini P.E.K.K.A right here. Come on, arrows, arrows, arrows. Let's zap this. There we go. Didn't need the arrows. Go ahead here. He drops on the furnace at the very last second, but all he needs is a couple shots. One shot. There we go. I don't know why I threw the arrows there. I really need. Let's do this right here. Miner going in there. Get the zap ball ready. There we go. And boom, we get the 1 crown victory over a higher level. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.